হ্যালো স্টুডেন্টস, আশা করি তোমরা সকলেই ভালো আছো। আজকে চলে এসেছি তোমাদের জন্য একটা নতুন ভিডিও নিয়ে। তো নতুন ভিডিও শুরু করার আগে তোমাদেরকে একটা জাস্ট দেখে নিতে চাই যে লাস্ট ক্লাসে আমরা কী কী ডিসকাশন করেছি। লাস্ট ক্লাসে আমরা ডিসকাশন করেছি ডেফিনেশন অফ হার্ব, হার্বাল মেডিসিন, হার্বাল মেডিসিনাল প্রোডাক্ট, হার্বাল ড্রাগ প্রিপারেশন, সোর্স অফ হার্ব, সিলেকশন, আইডেন্টিফিকেশন, অথেন্টিকেশন, হার্বাল মেটেরিয়ালস, প্রসেসিং অফ হার্বাল র মেটেরিয়ালস। এগুলো আমরা লাস্ট ক্লাসে ডিসকাশন করেছি। যদি তোমাদের কারো কোনো প্রবলেম থাকে তাহলে তুমি গিয়ে আমাদের যে প্লেলিস্টটা আছে এটাকে একবার দেখে নেবে। তো আজকে ক্লাসে আমরা ডিসকাশন করব বায়োডাইনামিক এগ্রিকালচার। তাহলে চলো আজকে আমরা ক্লাস শুরু করি বায়োডাইনামিক এগ্রিকালচার দিয়ে। বায়োডাইনামিক্স বায়োডাইনামিক্স derived from two Greek word bios, that is called life, and dynamos, that means energy. Biodynamics refers to working with the energies which create and maintain life. Biodynamics is a method of farming that aims to treat the farm as a living system which interacts with the environment to build healthy living soil and to produce food that nourishes, vitalizes, and helps to develop humanity. Biodynamics idea of the farm as an organism or living entity. Now we'll move to effectiveness and features of biodynamic farming. Effect: to increase the vitality of food, regenerate natural resources such as the soil, seeds, and water, better efficiency of production relative to the amount of energy used, to create the personal relationship with the world, greater earthworm populations and biomass than the conventional farms. Most of all, to be of service to the earth and its beings, aiding nature where it is weak due to constant use. Features: it is holistic understanding of agriculture farming that treats soil, fertility, plant growth, and livestock care as ecologically interrelated tasks. It emphasizes the use of compost and inputs made from various herbal, mineral, and manual raw materials, excluding the use of artificial chemicals on soils and plants. Emphasizes on integrating farm animals, the use of astronomical sowing and planting calendar. It is one of the first sustainable agriculture movement, produces a living soil and healthy plants as a result of coordinated work of earthly and cosmic energies. The advantages of biodynamic farming: production of top quality fruits and vegetables with strong flavor and high level of nutrients, yields always above the average level, no chemical residues for grain, fruits, and vegetables, little trouble with livestock and plant disease, no spreading of insects, pests, and no great economic damage due to their presence. The important criterion is to sustain the fertility of a farm that lasts for future. Practical applications of biodynamics. The first one is walk around your land each day with all its aspects. Establish environmental control, introduce soil protecting crop rotations and cover crops, improve soil cultivation practices, introduce green manuring, carefully plowed or dug under, use mulching wherever possible, made compost and treat with BD preparation, that means biodynamic preparations. Do not waste any organic materials, collect everything. Use the BD preparations 500 and 501 as necessary at the appropriate time on the land and growing plants. Use other preparations such as cowpat peat, panchagava, or natural liquid fertilizer as needed. Now we will look into the principles and guidelines for GAP of medicinal plants. That means good agriculture practices of medicinal plants. The guidelines described for GAP are intended to streamline the cultivation of medicinal plants as per well regulated methods and follow a systemic way in cultivation process as it is important for production of good quality plant material. So now we will see what are the various stages of processing which are included in good agriculture practices. These are as follows. The first one is seed and CM utilization material. The seeding material are to be identified botanically, indicating plant variety, cultivar, chemotype and its origin. Biodynamic agriculture is also known as the farming technique. The material used should be 100% traceable. The above same rule applies for vegetable materials as well. Parent material of vegetative part used in organic production should be certified and authentically organic. The next one is cultivation. Depending on the method of the cultivation, growers should be allowed to follow different standard operating procedure SOP for cultivation. Care should be taken to avoid environmental disturbances. The principles of good crop husbandry must be followed, included appropriate rotation of crops, soils and fertilizations. Medicinal and aromatic plants should not be grown in soils that are contaminated by sludge. The soil should also not be contaminated by heavy materials, pesticidal residues, and other unnatural chemicals. The use of fertilizers and other chemical products should be as minimum as possible and accordance with the demand of the plant. Irrigation. Irrigation should be minimized as much as possible and only applied as per needs of the plant. Irrigation water should be free from contaminants such as heavy metals, pesticides, herbicides, and other hazardous substances. Crop maintenance. Tillage should be adapted to enable good plant growth and must be carried out whenever required. Tillage, that means preparation of land for growing crops. Pesticides and herbicides should be avoided as far as possible. The use of pesticides and herbicides has to be documented. Then next one is harvesting. Harvesting should be done when the plants are in their best quality and quantity. Harvesting should be done in optimum conditions as wet soil, dew, rain, high humidity can produce effects. Primary processing. It includes steps such as washing, drying, freezing, and etc. Buildings used for the processing should be clean, aerated, and provide protection for harvested crop from birds, insects, and rodent or animal. Processing equipment must be cleaned and regularly serviced. All the processed material should be inspected and substandard products must be discarded. Packaging. The product should be packed in clean, dry, preferably new sacks bags, or cases. The label must be clear, permanently fixed, and made from non toxic material. Reusable packing material should be well cleaned and dried before use. Care should be taken that they do not cause any contamination. Storage and transportation. Packaged dried materials and essential oils should be stored in a dry, oil aerated building in which temperature fluctuation are controlled and good aeration is provided. Fresh products should be stored between 1 to 5 degrees centigrade, while frozen products should be stored below minus 18 degrees centigrade or below minus 20 degrees centigrade for long term storage. Essential oils should be stored as per chemical storage standards. During transportation, sufficiently aerated vehicles should be used. National regulation on transport have to be followed. Staff requirement. Personnel involved in good agriculture practices should be received adequate training and education related to nature of the work being carried out. The staffs who work with the plant material must have high degree of personal hygiene. Staff with infectious disease should not be allowed into the room in which they can come into contact with plant material. Documentation. All the propagation material and step in the production process must be documented. All the starting materials, processing steps, including location of cultivation, have to be documented. All agreements between producer and buyer should be fixed in a written form. Quality assurance. In order to ensure a good quality of produced crude drug, it is extremely advisable to educate all personnel dealing with the crop at various stages. Consultation and feedback should be taken from buyer of medicinal and aromatic plants regarding the quality and other properties of plant materials, and an agreement have to be made. Pest and pest management in medicinal plants. Pest is an undesired animal or plant which cause loss of cultivated plants. The different type of pest infecting medicinal plants are as follows: fungi, viruses, insects, weeds, non-insect pest. Fungi and viruses. Ascocita atrophy causes necrosis of leaf. Sarcospora atrophy produces leaf spot disease. Insects. Insects such as flea beetle, flies, moth, cutworms, grasshoppers, spiders, termites, etc. also produce significant loss of cultivated plants. Weeds. A weed is an undesired plant. It can produce losses more than any other pest or diseases. They cause depletion and shortage of nutrients, water, light, space to cultivated plants. They also increase the cost of labor and equipment and reduce the quality of cultivated plants. Example: Parthenium, ragweed, Medican tea, varnish tree, etc. Non-insect pests. They are further subclassified as follows: vertebrates and invertebrates. Vertebrates such as animal like monkey, rats, rabbits, birds, pigs, etc. Animals like crabs, snails, mites, nematodes, etc. What are the methods of controlling these pests? The methods are as follows: mechanical methods, agriculture methods, biological methods, chemical methods. So let's discuss about the mechanical methods. It includes simple techniques like hand picking, priming, burning, using of paste trap, collection and destruction of eggs, larvae and insects, construction of concrete warehouses to protect from rodents and animals. Rats and mouse traps are also used. Agriculture methods. It includes various methods such as crop rotation, intercropping, integrated weed management methods, solarization, etc. Production of pest and insect resistant plant through genetic engineering technique is another approach. Biological methods. These methods involves combating of pest with other living organisms such as employment of cat to combat rat and squirrels, employment of birds to combat insects. Some chemical substances produced by female insects such as sex attractants which can be used to lure male insects and prevent reproduction. Chemical control. Pests are controlled using chemical pesticides which include insecticides, fungicides, herbicides, rodenticides. However, these chemical substances are highly toxic to human beings. Improper use of these chemical pesticides may lead to toxic effects on human and animals. Examples: rodenticides such as arsenic, trioxide, insecticides such as malathion, parathion, meticides such as tetradiphon, chlorobenzolate, fungicides such as chlorophenol, herbicides such as 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid, biopesticides or bioinsecticides for pest management. These are pesticides obtained from natural sources like microorganisms, plants, animal, insects, and certain minerals. Advantages of biopesticide over chemical pesticides. They are non-toxic to plants as well as humans. They are biodegradable and do not leave any toxic residues. They are less expensive and can be grown with the cultivated medicinal plants. They are eco-friendly and do not affect soil fertility. They are safe to handle and use. Type of biopesticide. There are three types of biopesticides. First is microbial, biochemical, and plant pesticides. Microbial pesticides. Microbial pesticides consist of microorganisms. Microbial pesticides can control different kind of pests and are relatively specific for its target pests. It is reported that some fungi are used to control weeds and insects. Biochemical pesticides. These are naturally occurring chemical substances which are obtained from insects and animals, which have the ability to control the pest by non-toxic mechanism. These are include substances like insect, sex, pheromone. Plant pesticides. Various plants are purported to possess pesticidal and insecticidal properties. They can be grown along with cultivated plants to combat insects and can be used in powdered form or other constituents can be extracted from them and used to spray on the crops. Example: neem, tobacco, dairies, and etc. Biopesticide or bioinsecticide include all plants or substances which are derived from such plants that have the ability to kill or resist the various pests and protect the cultivating medicinal plant. So that's all about today's class. So in the next class we'll discuss about the traditional system of medicine. Thank you so much to watch this video. Please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.